I've decided the best way for me to run my repair shop better is to stop answering the phone. Hey, this is Daniel with I Value Repair and Screen Repair Business Academy, and this is the Daniel Bryan Show. I think we're episode 6, but that's another thing. Let me tell you about a strategy I've decided to incorporate to try and run my shop more effectively. Because as I've talked to you guys about before, I am a pastor, I'm a business owner, and I'm a coach serving people launching screen repair businesses all across the country. And I'm also a father, I'm a husband, and a believer in Christ Jesus. But here's the deal. I have more on my schedule than I could possibly handle right now. And because of the hacking situation, I don't have a ton of money to be able to be hiring people left and right. So here's the deal. I discovered that I am really short on time. Probably because I'm taking multiple courses on marketing, micro soldering, phone flipping, and trying to grow all these things at the same time. Maybe that's not a good idea to take on so much at once. Maybe in the future I'll learn that lesson. But here's the deal. So last week, one of the strategies I tried to incorporate was to add a little bit more to my work day each day, to stay up later and sacrifice some sleep. And that didn't exactly work for me. I found that I was struggling with my work throughout the entire day because I was tired. I tried skipping my workout, but then same thing, I was tired, I wasn't feeling as sharp. So now I'm coming back to the table and I'm realizing I need to focus more effectively. Now, this may seem like a no-brainer for many of you guys. Oh, duh. If you focus, you'll be able to work more effectively. And I know that. I know that studies have shown that we can't actually work on multiple things and we have to focus. But see, here's the problem I run into. The problem is when you run a repair shop, answering the phones means making money. Answering the phones means making money. And if I don't answer the phone, I don't make money. If I don't answer the phone, people are not going to just schedule a appointment on the website scheduler. They might. People aren't going to just walk up from my house. They do. The best way to win sales in your repair business is to answer the phone. The best way for me to make money is to answer the phone. So the problem I've had for a long time is, how do I actually focus? How do I take time for extended focus to do things that matter? And because I always need to be available for people, right? And the problem, what happens is I get a number of phone calls with questions, with concerns, with problems, and not all of the phone calls that I get are people calling me and saying, hey, I need a quote and I want to come in. In fact, that's probably half to a third of the calls. There's other questions, there's concerns about repairs, there's pickup coordination, and a whole lot of phone calls that can come in. But what can happen in the course of the day is when I'm trying to work on being a pastor, being a business owner, being a coach, and a father and a husband, when I'm trying to work on all these things, I can get distracted during my meals, distracted when I'm trying to do financial planning, distracted when I'm working on marketing, distracted by the phone call, and then it takes me a while to get back to the important thing I was working on. And so for the longest time, I've struggled to visualize, okay, how exactly can I create a reasonably large chunk of time to focus on one thing to get important work done and yet still run a repair shop? Here's what I've been trying for the last several days. I've been using the Pomodoro method, and that is when you set a 25-minute timer and just focus entirely on your work. You see, the realization I had with running my business is that if I work for 25 minutes and put on Do Not Disturb on my phone, then yes, I'll still miss calls. I've been missing calls all day long. But still, 25 minutes is a reasonable chunk of time to return a call. So what I've been doing, I did this all yesterday and today, and I've turned over a ton of revenue each one of these 2 days using this method, is I set a 25-minute timer on my watch, and I turned Do Not Disturb on my phone, and then I just worked laser-like focus on the repair, the financial planning, the church planning, whatever it is I'm doing. I work with laser-like focus for 25 minutes. At the end of that 25 minutes, I pick up my phone, check, listen to messages, respond to text messages, and I make calls and use that crazy time to do a bunch of stuff, and then I go back under for 25 more minutes. And I've discovered something really cool. I've discovered that even though answering phones equals money, I've discovered that even though taking calls means money, not all the calls are actually going to turn into more revenue for the shop. But like I said, a lot of them are troubleshooting calls, pickup calls, coordination calls. I don't have to take those in a minute. And in fact, even the people that are looking for repairs, you don't have to answer it immediately. Now, the thing about running a repair shop is if I don't get back to the person, and if I don't get back to them quickly, there's a chance they'll just call another shop and take their phone there. The people, some of the best customers are the people that are hot and ready. They need their phone fixed now. They will pay top dollar and they will just come right to you and they won't complain much. Those are some of the best customers. But still, 25 minutes isn't a bad chunk of time. What I've discovered over the last couple of days, I've been trying this out Sunday and Monday, is that 25 minutes is a small chunk of time, but it's a good enough time for me to get a reasonable amount of work moving a project forward, financial planning, a laptop repair, whatever. It's a reasonable chunk that I can use to move a project forward, and yet I don't have to be afraid of ignoring the phone for that chunk of time because I know as soon as the timer goes off, I'm going to go back to checking my phone, trying not to sneeze right now, and failing. Excuse me. So that's the new technique I'm trying to run my repair shop and all across the board. I know that in order to move the needle forward, to make something great happen, I'm going to be reaching 500 people starting repair shops by the end of this year. If I'm going to do that, I need to put in a ton of work hours. If I'm going to continue to see my repair shop's revenues growing, I'm going to need to work hours. If I'm going to serve my church and see it grow healthy and whole, I'm going to need to work hours. If I'm going to be present for my family, I'm going to need to work hours. But if I'm laser focused and pick and choose what's truly important and do that, then I can be way more effective than just hopping all over the place. So I'm going to experiment with this week, and I'm going to experiment using the Pomodoro method all day long, setting 25-minute timers, turning off my phone, laser-like focus for 25 minutes, hopping out, answering calls, and going back under. Because I want to do whatever I can to maximize my ability to move these great enterprises forward. I love what I do. I love getting to serve the organizations I have, but I've got to master time management and focus management. I will keep you guys up to date on how that all goes. If you want to learn more about starting a repair shop and be part of one of those 500 people transforming their family finances with a phone repair shop, get a hold of me today. Shoot me a message on any of the platforms you can find me. I'd love to help you out and move you one step towards this incredible field called phone repair. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on another podcast, another show. Take care.